Okay, let's unpack this a bit today. We're talking about electronic data interchange, EDI. Now, for distributors, EDI is supposed to make things smooth, like a digital handshake between retailers, suppliers, all the tech partners involved. But, well, the reality we hear about is often more like a game of broken telephone.
Yeah, that handshake analogy sounds good, but practice is different.
Exactly. We constantly hear about fractured communication, data exchange issues, troubleshooting paths that just, vanish, and distributors really struggling to just explain their specific technical needs. And all this just leads to really inefficient setups, slow problem solving. It makes implementing EDI feel like pulling teeth sometimes.
And what's fascinating here is why these communication problems are so critical, right? We tend to blame the technology, the systems themselves.
Sure, that's the easy target.
Right. But often, it's not really a system error causing the biggest delays. Sources suggest it's overwhelmingly human communication failures. You get different teams, different vendors. They're all speaking slightly different technical languages, maybe.
Or they just don't have the full picture of what the other side actually needs.
Exactly. And that lack of clarity, it causes huge operational holdups. It really slows down fixing problems, and that hits the bottom line hard.
It's like this hidden cost driver.
Precisely. A costly, silent killer, you could say.
So if these are the kinds of issues lots of distributors face, how do you fix it? How do you untangle that mess? Here's where it gets really interesting, I think. We looked at a model. Companies like BDC really exemplify this. They basically step in to be the translators, the navigators through all this complexity.
Like a central communication hub.
Yeah, exactly. BDC acts as the main liaison. They manage the whole flow of information, the critical configuration details, all the testing between everybody. That means the van providers, those secure networks that act like the post office for EDI documents.
Ensuring the data gets there reliably.
Right, and the distributors themselves, of course, and all their different technology vendors.
So BDC is making sure everyone understands each other, translating the tech speak.
Pretty much. Translating needs, making sure the technical details land correctly with each party. It leads to, smoother processes and much faster solutions when problems pop up.
We actually saw a perfect example of this play out. There was this distributor. They were doing a big warehouse consolidation, migrating servers. A lot going on.
Okay, complex project.
Very. And suddenly, their daily EDI transactions just started failing. Everything ground to a halt. Their usual third-party IT team, they were kind of stumped. They just didn't have that super deep specific knowledge about the intricate IP configurations needed for the EDI network.
So they couldn't pinpoint the problem or explain it effectively to the network.
Exactly. Couldn't convey the issue properly. The whole data flow was just down. For days, a complete blackout on orders coming in or going out.
Wow, days. That's a powerful example of how high the stakes are. So what was the actual root cause? Was it something super technical and obscure?
Surprisingly, no. It wasn't some sophisticated cyber issue. It boiled down to incorrectly mapped public IPs and misconfigured network addresses.
So basically, the digital street address and the routing instructions for every single transaction were just wrong.
You got it. It's like telling the postal service to send all your critical mail to a non-existent address. Everything just disappears.
A black hole for orders.
Pretty much. So BDC stepped in. They worked directly with the EDI van provider, the ones who knew exactly what those digital addresses should be. They figured out the right configurations, did the testing, got them back online. It wasn't about inventing new tech.
It was about connecting the dots.
Right, bridging those crucial knowledge gaps between the different specialized teams, knowing who holds which piece of the puzzle.
So what does this all mean for you listening in? Think about that example. The value BDC brought there is huge. EDI going down, even for a few days. That can mean wasted driver time, trucks sitting idle because there are no orders to load.
Lost productivity everywhere.
Absolutely. And ultimately, it means massive financial losses from rejected sales. We're talking potentially tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars just evaporating.
Yeah, the numbers get big really fast.
So effective EDI communication, having expert troubleshooting available, it's not just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential for keeping operations running, for solvency even.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, stepping back a bit, BDC's expertise, sure, it's partly technical fixes. They obviously do that well. But the real key, I think, is bridging those critical communication gaps. It's about translating context between all these different players, technical teams, non-technical business users, outside vendors.
Understanding everyone's priorities and speaking their language.
Exactly. That skill, that expert translation of information and context, not just pushing data around, that's just as vital as the technical solution itself. Maybe even more so in today's really complex, interconnected supply chains.
That's a great point. When communication works like a true bridge, instead of being a barrier, it can totally change the game for your operations. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In your own complex systems, wherever they might be, where could translating context better between different teams unlock the most significant value for your bottom line? Something to think about.